Welcome to my kitchen kingdom, where this old man cooks. Welcome to Kitchen Kingdom, where this old man throws down to chow down. In this episode, I'm going to prepare Caribbean-inspired kingfish, and it's going to be served with white rice with the red tomato sauce. So let's rattle some pots and pans. So the first thing we want to do is get our nice kingfish steaks. Now you can use, if you don't have access to kingfish, you can use jackfish, mackerel will work with this, swordfish, any type of meaty fish. It can work with a fillet as well as a steak, but I have steak today. But I want to get this kingfish into, I just have lemon water here. Get it soaking in the lemon water. And set it aside until you're ready for it. Next thing we're going to do, on the lowest setting, we're going to take a pan, put about, good 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, or if you don't have avocado oil, you can use extra virgin olive oil or just vegetable oil. And what we have is 1 bay leaf, 3 cloves, 4 cardamom pods, a little piece of cinnamon, and about 5 peppercorns. We're just going to put that in there on low heat. So now what we're going to do is we are going to add, we have about a teaspoon of fresh cumin seed. Sprinkle that in there and mix it about. We're going to add about a teaspoon of grated ginger. The garlic is coming. The garlic is coming. Mix that about. Now we have about 2 teaspoons of the minced garlic. And to finish it off, we have 1 teaspoon of turmeric and 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. I'm going to mix this up, bring it up to a simmer. So now we're going to take about 1/4 cup of minced shallot. Let it join the party. And don't worry about those whole spices. They're going to cook down and they'll be easy to find if you should happen to pick up some. Now just for a little bit of heat, I'm going to add about that much of the habanero pepper. Now you can add as much heat as you want. I'm going to keep this sort of on the mild side. Next, we're going to add about 2 cups of diced tomatoes. These were unsalted. Remember always to adjust the salt to your tastes. As you know, this old man usually has little or no salt added, but you can adjust the salt to your taste. And a little bit of salt doesn't really hurt. So as long as you're conscious of the sodium content of other things that you're adding, like the canned tomatoes there, if I were using fresh tomatoes, it wouldn't be as bad as some canned tomatoes where they just add salt, and they do add sugar too, so you have to be careful with that. Okay, our sauce has been on the simmer for about 15 minutes. What we're going to do now is I have 2 tablespoons of coconut milk cream. If you don't have the coconut milk cream, you can substitute it with the coconut milk. It's not too exacting measurements on this coconut. It'll just add another flavor dimension. It's not going to be sweet. It's going to have just a little bit of sweet to counterbalance the acidity of the tomatoes. But of course, all the spice in here is going to be complemented by everything else that's in here. So we're going to mix that up real well. Now we will add our 1/4 cup of fresh chopped mint and fresh chopped cilantro or coriander. Add it right to that. You want to incorporate it well, then reduce the heat to warm. And while that's still on the fire, we're going to deal with the fish. Okay, now that our rice is on and the sauce is simmering for the last 20 minutes, we have our kingfish fillets or kingfish steaks. We took it out of the marinade and pat dry. And what I have here is just a little bit of salt and pepper blended. And I'm going to get the kingfish nice and oiled up. What I'm going to do is give it a roll in the salt and pepper. First on the sides. Then I'm going to sit it on the baking pan. And I'll get the other parts of it salt and peppered once it's on the baking pan. Oh, I did not hit this with the oil. But the salt and pepper is still sticking anyway. Okay, so I'm just going to do this one like that. And we'll take it and do this one like so. Really, really easy. We're going to bake this off at 350 and we're going to give it about 4 minutes each side. And after the end of 8 minutes, we'll check it. Okay, what I did, instead of baking it at 350, I broiled the kingfish instead. And it broiled 4 minutes on one side, 3 minutes on the other at 425. So now we're ready to plate up. We have our nice, lovely rice just awaiting for us. And here is our very colorful, very fragrant tomato sauce. Now, for the star of the show, our kingfish. I'm gonna just set it right there. Little mint leaf, little lime. Let's chow down.